Hi, my name is Pamela Strum, and my business is Princeton Healing House. Thanks for joining me today. I do a lot of energy healing work with clients, in addition to being a licensed herbalist and acupuncturist. So it's with the spirit of my acupuncture background that I wish to discuss today's topic, which is Gua Sha, using Gua Sha for your face. Now, I bet you're thinking, unless you have a background in Chinese medicine or you're from the culture, what on earth is Gua Sha? So let's talk about that first, and then I'll tell you sort of what led up to this when I heard someone talking about doing it to their face. So about 22 years ago, I learned to Gua Sha, which is appropriate because it's 2022, and I'm a firm believer it's phenomenal. It's similar to cupping in the sense that, remember, I don't know if you've seen cupping where suction cups are used and they look like little pepperoni marks if there's stagnation, where, if there's a lot of stagnation in the body, it's going to produce a mark. But unlike cupping, Gua Sha doesn't leave little, even geometrical circles on your body. It can look as if it can look scary. Like it can look like something's happened to you. Because what it does is you scrape along a surface of a body until marks come up. Gua Sha itself means sand scraping, and sand scraping because you scrape and the little marks look like dots of sand, and you keep going until no more marks appear. Now, the first time it was done to me, I had an auto accident a few months prior, and it was on my back, and my back was purple. And like cupping, it can take just a few days to clear up. If you have no stagnation, you don't get any marks, but it can take a week or up to a week, like 3 to 7 days to clear out. If it was like the situation like my back where it was like purple, dark purple, even longer than that. So why would someone do anything like this to their body? Well, because it gets an enormous amount of what in Chinese medicine we call qi. So your energy and blood flowing in your body. So if you have pain, certainly if you've been in an auto accident, if you have stiffness and tightness and you're not getting motion to that part of your body, you can start having some health problems. And this helps release that and getting flow, getting lymph flow, and your body can kick into healing itself and relaxing and resuming to a state of health. So I'm going to show you some of my early Gua Sha, my very first tool used for Gua Sha. And I'm not kidding. And this is how it's part of a culture. What does this look like? Because this is what it looks like. It is a porcelain soup spoon, and the edge was used to scrape along the body, right? This is how we learned it. I've gotten a little more sophisticated. I have other tools that are specifically for Gua Sha. So if it's a small area, if it's a bigger area, and there are other kinds of tools to use. But the whole point in the name that was emphasized is you scrape until you get no markings. Now, sometimes no marking comes up at all because there's no real stagnation in the area on the surface of the body. But sometimes tremendous stagnation comes up. I wouldn't start scraping without first always to protect the skin from getting overstretched, or even, if people have delicate skin, torn. I would use some type of oil, and I have that in my practice when I treat clients or myself. I have oils that are used for this purpose. But you could use, if you were going to do this to yourself, you could use, an oil that you have in your house. And this soup spoon gives you some idea that it's used beyond the scope of a licensed practitioner, which I do recommend in most cases, although this is something you can do to yourself. And so, when I first heard that it was, people were calling it Gua Sha for what they were doing to their face, I was intrigued because in all my years of practice, I've never done it to my face or anyone else's face, and I don't know anyone who has. So personally, I think it's used to promote certain types of massages or relaxation for your face muscles, which is a very good thing to do, but it's not Gua Sha. That might be a way to make it seem like it's exotic or foreign or new, so a new way of treating the face. But I personally would never Gua Sha my face. And the person who talked about this did use it as a disclaimer that she was someone who was just passing it on. She wasn't a licensed or a professional. So with your face, of course, one would moisturize their face, but I would never go ahead and scrape my face until see if little dots came up. For one, it's my face. And two, the skin on the face is so very delicate. I wouldn't want to stretch it, even if I did have something like some type of oil that's made for the face to make sure I didn't harm my skin. It still would be a little too strong on the face to Gua Sha the face. So from my angle, it's I wouldn't Gua Sha the face, but maybe some spas or people are promoting it. And what they really mean is that they're using massage to release tension in their face. But what I would really also like to share with you are some things that you could do at home yourself that absolutely would help your tension in your face, in addition to something that you might do that does fall under a category of using your Gua Sha tool for massage. So here we go. Years ago, I knew a woman who was part of the Warner Brothers Hollywood training system. And she had all these methods of keeping, she was a beautiful woman without doing anything except taking great care of herself. And she showed me her book that was used from Hollywood at the time for facial massage. So I'm going to show you this technique. And in addition to another technique that is of an Asian influence, and then show you something about the Gua Sha. So in the massage, all you would need is something like either your facial moisturizer without rubbing it all the way into your skin. So leave it a little bit on your skin, or an oil that's made for the face. And what this woman showed me, so you take your knuckles, and I show my patients this because sometimes their faces get swollen, like there might be an allergic reaction, it's, allergy season, or people are feeling stuffy in their sinuses, or they have a cold, and it's helpful for that, in addition to keeping your getting circulation to your muscles, and therefore getting rid of toxins in your face and your skin, and any type of water accumulation. And it helps with the appearance of your face. So taking your knuckles, in the book, it was, using these knuckles, this row of knuckles on your fingers, as opposed to this row of knuckles. And I'm going to show you, so I don't have the oil, but I'm going to show you what was done. So on the forehead, in an upward sweeping motion, using it. Now, once again, I don't have oil on my skin right now, but when I do, I really love doing it. And I go over my eyebrows and up my forehead, and that feels absolutely wonderful. And I even bring it over to my temples, because oftentimes people carry tension there, including me sometimes. And then you take your knuckles and bring it down your nose, the sides of your nose, like this. And take your knuckles and bring it back and forth over your chin. And then the sweeping for the muscles here on the cheekbones is from the side of the nose up to the temples, all along your cheekbones. And finally, at the base of your jawline and there. And sometimes I go over to these knuckles for my jaw. And that helps with the muscles, and you can bring it over to, I know when I treat patients with acupuncture, this area tends to get quite tight. Sometimes this area gets tight, so you can bring your knuckles over to that area, and that helps bring circulation and keep the muscles vibrant and not sagging. So it's something that you could do to keep your, relax your face. And, you know, a lot of times there's tension right now. So it's something to do to help your face look more radiant. So this next practice that I like to do after doing the face massage with oil or moisturizer on my skin, so I'm never pulling my face skin, is something that a friend of mine from Korea told me. She was away and she was in a bathroom, and all the other women, it was a public situation wherever they were sleeping, were from Japan. And the Japanese women all had this spectacular skin, and they all did something she was curious and asked about. And what they did after washing their faces, and they said they did it every time after washing their faces, they gave her their secret. So drum roll, here's the big secret, is that they would slap their complexion. So they'd put their moisturizer on and they would slap their faces. And sometimes it can sting a little bit doing this, but you just keep slapping your face. And this brings circulation to your skin, sort of like when you exercise, right? So you do some cardiovascular exercise and you get all rosy and your skin looks great, but you just keep doing this until, I don't know, I don't ever put a time on it. I just stop when I feel like it's time to stop. And then on the bottom of the chin, and I slap. And so once again, it helps increase muscle tone. It helps detoxify. It helps lymph flow, and it keeps you, you know, looking nice longer, keeping you looking youthful. Okay, so those are two secrets: a Hollywood Queen's facial massage secret, and then this also slapping your skin, getting blood flow to your skin. Also, what was mentioned from this person who did the video on Gua Sha on her face, which I wouldn't do sand scraping on my face, is to use a roller. And of course, the stone, sometimes there's a property to the crystal. In this case, it's jade. And you can roll your muscles, any area where you feel tension, and get rid of tension. And once again, blood flow, lymph flow, helping to release toxicity. Believe it or not, sometimes people get tense right here, this line right here above the center of the eye and temples. So, you know, you can do these very safely to your skin and it won't tug on your skin. But let's get back to the Gua Sha. As a matter of fact, I'll use the soup spoon just to show you how easy it is. So this is something that I do if I feel like I'm getting sick or catching something. And you might notice around your neck. So there's so many lymph nodes on the back of your neck and coming around here to this part of your neck. This muscle is called the sternocleidomastoid, right? It's just mentioning the parts of, you know, the sternum, the clavicle, the mastoid. It just shows you where the muscle connects. So it's a big word that's pointing out the anatomy. So there are a lot of lymph nodes there, up around here, above your collarbone, going in towards your armpit. And I will take a Gua Sha tool, once again, always putting some type of lubricant and oil on the area, so you're not stretching and hurting the skin in any way. You don't rip the skin. If your skin's open, please do not do this. If you have any type of ulcerations, please do not do this. But if your skin's intact and you have strong skin, I don't do this too strongly because once again, it's the neck. And if you were doing it for beauty, you would always push your neck area up. But if you're sick, you want to move it away from your face. So I would take the Gua Sha and gently move it down the muscle. And this could feel good as well if people have neck tension. If I'm just doing it for neck tension, I might use it in an upward motion once again because of the skin, but I gently move it because if I feel like my lymph nodes are starting to bulge, or I could feel them myself, or they're palpable, or for a client, this can feel really, really great for neck tension. And then you can move it into these areas here where also you have lymph flow, and you can use Gua Sha for that. This area is very easy to use Gua Sha, like literal Gua Sha, sand scraping. But if you notice your lymph nodes are swollen, just very gently, because it gets the lymph fluid flowing, and then it helps you stay healthy, and it helps your body get rid of any type of pathogens that might be accumulating. Just as a practitioner, if you notice any of your lymph glands that are swollen and hard and immobile, just go to your doctor to get checked out. So just have your doctor check you out and see what's going on there. Otherwise, this is safe to do. So no Gua Sha on any type of open skin, or on any type of ulcerations, open ulcerations, someone with very, very delicate skin. Gua Sha can bring toxins out. Sometimes people have gotten like little blistering, and just, then you let it go and it should go away with any markings. If there's no stagnation, there won't be any marks. So if any of you are listening to this and you live close to me, I would love to show you how to Gua Sha, or even do it for you live. And you can see at Princeton Healing House, that is a service I offer for people, cupping and Gua Sha. But you can also do some of this to yourself, especially on bigger muscle groups. As I mentioned, your trapezoid, here where there's a lot of tension, but even parts of, let's say, your thigh muscles, where you might get sore, you can reach on yourself, your back. Please, as a licensed practitioner, just be mindful that treating other people, treat yourself, maybe, but it's certainly something you could do for yourself. But once again, I personally wouldn't Gua Sha my face, but I would certainly massage my face and do things to keep the circulation, blood flow, and lymph flowing, to keep my muscles strong, which you do when you let the blood flow to the area, and your chi, your energy, flow into the area as well. So I hope you found this useful. I hope that you're encouraged that these are something you could do right away in your own home. So simple. How can it be any more simple than that? And I hope you've enjoyed this. Please, if you did enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to share it with anyone, please go ahead and do that. Jump on over to my website at Princeton Healing House and join my email list. I do not share email content, people's email information rather. If you would like to stay notified of more information that's like this, that really helps you take care of yourself in a really practical ways. So I hope you like this. Thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned, everyone. Bye. Have a great day.